It's not good.
Well, we'll see if we're live or not. Everything I'm seeing says we have no connection to anything, so we're just going and hoping for the best. If you're out there and you hear us, thank you for joining us. It is GTV, we hope. We're getting alerts saying there is no connection anywhere in the building, so if that is the case, we apologize. It is not our intent, of course. We're going to give you what we have. Acker 3, short. Scrum for the for the ball. Good battle, and we're going to have a jump or a side out, as it were. Yeah, I've got nothing. I don't understand this.
That's not good.
Yeah. Brookie's coming in, ranked number 10 in the area. Shot in the lane, no good. Paul's kill rebound. KK pull up, off. Maddie McGath with the rebound. To the lane, overlay. Paul's kill rips it away. Germantown pushes, no score, just underway. Acker pull up 3, no good. Leah Bailey with the rebound. Pitching it ahead, good pass, right side. Deciding against that shot there. Top of the key, 3 on the way, no good. Paul's kill, yet another rebound. 3 quick early ones for Nat. To the hoop. Wisner, and we got some points on the board. So Emily Wisner, the first bucket of the night. See how Brook East handles the pressure.
That'll be the key to the game today.
It's a young-ish backcourt. Now this is a team that they play. These two teams met in the playoffs last year, and Gary and I sat in these same seats, and we really felt Germantown. We don't want to say they struggled. They ended up winning by 30, but it was a lot closer than that 30. And we felt it was a great stepping stone for this team. Great box out for Wisner for Brook East. And we were excited to see what they were going to do this year. They've got a talented freshman in Shea Kelly, who wears number 2. Into the lane. Paul's kill, good. No one stepped up to help. Nat had it too easy.
Well, we have said during the season that we thought Brook East would be the team that's going to rise, get into that second half of the division.
That's a team you and I both thought. Turnover first of the night for Brook East. Yeah, this is a team we really thought we had. Put back, no good. Steal. I'm getting the all clear from the legend. So
excellent.
I have no idea why we have zero. We are being told we have no connection to anything here. It is the most bizarre thing in the world.
Number 32 with the foul for Brook East.
32 being Maddie McGath.
Yep.
6'1" sophomore. This is a young, talented team as well.
Well, they have a lot of numbers at their lower level, which surprised me.
KK hits them both, 6-0 early on. Well, something we've talked about is Germantown and their slow starts, but it appears that's not happening tonight.
Yeah, the big thing is we talk a lot about you got to be able to handle their pressure, and it's for the entire game you've got to handle that. And if you can't,
Paul's kill out to set some records. KK going around the defense and finishing. That is what she does better than anybody we've seen.
Right.
And that was, she was cut off there and still was able to get around and get, oh, that's good hustle, Nat.
Nice hustle, Nat.
Woo! Came within about 2 feet of going through her shield here. 30-second timeout. Well, let's reset. Again, we hope we got the all clear from Larry, so we're going to go with it. We are back home in Germantown. Warhawks coming in, undefeated, 13-0. Number 1 in the area, number 1 in the state. Taking on a number 10 seed, or 10 ranked,
In the area.
Brook East team that is young, as we talked about, up and coming. But their losses have been really good. I mean, you lost in overtime to Brook Central in a game that Gary and W7 did. And Gary really was, he really thought Brook East was the better team that night.
Yeah, listening to Gary, that's exactly what he said. And again, this is a team you can't take lightly.
No, this is a team that as the season continues, I think they're going to gain more and more confidence, become that much more fun to watch. Similar to another team we talked about in Tosa West, who is nice roll and layup.
Number 5.
Annika Plumer. Tosa West, who went up to Auburndale to win a tournament and become the team of the week on JS Online. So this GMC, there's no easy nights. 3 on the way. Paul's kill. Nat knocking down a 3. That's her 7th of the season. Kelly tied up in the backcourt, step through. Plumer drive down the lane, rolls off. Wisner comes away with the rebound. Right side, Paul's kill. 11-2 our score. We've got a scoreboard, we've got a clock. Things are happening. Acker nearly loses it, landing awkwardly. That's a charge. That was an easy call. Great job. Annika Plumer just sat there and waited for that truck to come into her. Not easy to do. Takes some guts.
McNeil's in the game now.
Gretchen for KK. That's an unusual substitution we don't usually see.
That means Acker is going to be running the show, I think.
Robinson also on the floor. But she started tonight
again.
Did. Germantown without Pompu. Hoping to have her back next week. In the lane, rolls around and down. So they broke the pressure there, and Leah Bailey was able to finish. Up ahead, Paul's kill. That's when Nat turned around. She was so wide open, she was kind of shocked. Felt the need to shoot. Good pass.
Great.
Underlay. No, I didn't say underlay. I said an underlay.
That's what it was. Nice pass.
Robinson. Skip. Wisner. 3. Off the mark. Batted around. Kelly comes away with it. Back inside, Kelly. Kicking it out. Good ball movement from Brook East. 11-4 score. 12:20 left first half. Jumping at the shot fake and going to the hoop and finishing. And Germantown's going to take a 30-second timeout. Plumer with a shot fake. Paul's kill went flying. She went right to the hoop and able to finish. 12-14 left here in the first half. We're going to take it with them. You're watching W7. Coming out of the timeout on GTV as we tick toward the 12-minute mark. See if this was a set play. Looks like it was, as he had Acker coming off maybe a double screen. Not there. McNeil. Oh, I hate when I see those. I hate that.
Exactly.
It scares me. The girls with the higher propensity to tear ACLs.
Refs are letting them play tonight so far.
Right now that favors Brook East, but I think in the long run, Germantown will adapt, and that's going to sway things. But we'll see. 11.5 left first half. 11-6, Acker. A step-back runner. You don't see those too often. Grinches comes away with the rebound. Yeah, they're definitely letting him play because that was a foul,
Yeah,
and that's a foul. Kelly's going to go shoot 2
Page.
as Acker picks up the foul.
Oh, Acker.
Kelly going to the line. Second on the team in attempts with 34, shooting 77%. First one, good. You don't want to keep bringing up Dad, but that's pretty much Dad's numbers. 78% from the line.
And she's played for her dad all her life, and as we've talked about, her dad, great AAU coach, great grade school coach, very good in fundamental teaching.
Second one off. Dad will be mad. Dad is also an assistant coach here at Brook East. 11-7 the score.
Ooh.
And a turnover. Unforced error. Only the second of the game, so I don't know if I think you got to give Brook East some credit on that. This isn't a surprise. We haven't seen Germantown. Neither team has played since I don't even know what day of the week it was. The 31st. Thursday.
Oh, nice
backdoor.
back cut.
Plumer expecting the contact, didn't get it. Ripping the rebound away is Leah Hess, the senior. KK back in the open court. To the hoop and finishing. Under 11 now, 13-7. You just get that feeling that KK can do that anytime she wants against this inexperienced backcourt. Right now with Kelly on her. Plumer, they're going to call the foul and give her the basket.
And McNeil.
Kind of looked like a dragging foot, but they're going to give it to her. So 10:46 remaining. Plumer going to the line to cut it to a one-possession game early on.
She has 6.
And the free throw, back iron, batted, out of bounds. So Germantown ball. Let's get that scoreboard back up. Where did that disappear to? Whiz Kid back in for the Warhawks. And for the Spartans, Rachel Platts.
Ooh. Brook East is pressing. A lot of subs.
And with that in mind,
Page is at Robinson. So
first 5 back out there except for Hess is still out there. Senior, she's got plenty of experience, no problem with that. Broke it with no problem. Wisner crossing the timeline to Acker.
KK was posting up. Oh, nice.
And I think that's, and there it is, the turnover. Steele going the other way. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. In the end, Brook East comes away with it.
KK had Kelly covering her, and she wanted to post up on her. Oh.
Paul's kill, great hustle, but right back in the hands of Brook East. Platts, right side. Platts part 2 or 1. You got sisters on this team. Shot, no good. Offensive rebound. Kick it right side. That was Paige Platts that came away with the rebound. And that's Rachel Platts on the dribble. They're going to call a double dribble. Said it was coming off her hip. 9:48 remaining. Germantown up 13-9. But I think if you are Brook East and Coach Saxton, I think you're pleased with this start.
Right.
Paul's kill. Kick out, Acker, nothing there. Step back 3, way off. Good box out. Kelly with the rebound. And a silly foul. Germantown's good for a couple of those a game. But that's what they do. That's what the Nats do. You know what? There's a lot more good that comes of it than the bad. So you'll have a few of those.
McNeil's in for Paul's kill. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's part of Germantown's game.
All right. Back up. The feed is telling me everybody's good. All right. Thank you so much for all of you for reaching out. You know, we even went on nice and early this time. Had 2 resets.
Glad that we did.
Yeah. KK3. Got it. Allowed us to get it. So you did not miss a single play from this one.
KK has improved her three-point shooting from the beginning of the season to now.
Well, she had a sprint after that ball. To the hoop, Plumer. Left hand layup and good. You know, and Annika gave him fits last year in that playoff game. KK hiccup dribble. Kick out, Wisner. 3, no good. KK gets the rebound. Stepped out of bounds. Just unfortunate there.
This will be an interesting time. Kelly's out of the game for Brook East right now. It's who's going to handle
Robinson
the ball.
checking back in. And they're going to get Hess. And you got Paulskill. Paulskill was down maybe 20 seconds game time.
The Energy Bunny. That's what she reminds me of, Coach.
She doesn't stop.
No, her battery never stops.
8:35. Of course, you can see that. I don't have to tell you that. You got the scoreboard in the bottom right. I'm going to move that. KK, that's going to be her second. I'm going to move that to the top right corner. So that score, oh, we're buffering. I'm not going to play with anything. I'm just going to have to, oh, come on. Oh, the frustration. And this is on the Germantown feed, so.
It's been a while since we've been here, Coach.
Well, maybe it's just mad at us for being gone. Ball batted around. Brook East maintains possession, right side. Ellie Pink, right side. Batted, turnover. Acker in the open court. They left her. 3, no good. Batted out of bounds, and they're going to say it stays here. KK in the lane, short, batted around, off Plumer. It's going to stay here. And why, oh why, are we buffering? Maybe it could just be me. Let's hope.
Foul on number 10.
Leah Bailey with that foul. 7:36 left, first half. Pull up, Paulskill, bank open.
I heard her call it off the back.
Late night banking hours. Turnover, no. Good pressure, but no turnover.
Kelly's back in the game. Pink out. Oh, I'm sorry, check on that. Pink is still in the game.
So lots of substitutions both ways. Primarily Germantown getting a lot in. Seen a lot of Leah Hess. Now we got Karina Murphy. Back screen, layup, Kelly good. Well executed play right there.
It's the second time they got Germantown on at this game.
There's no need, well, you're leaving the middle wide open. Nobody's there to step up.
And the person that's
now a steal from Plumer, and they're going to get a travel. Yep. She went to the ground. I don't know if she had the possession, but that's the call.
The person for Brook East, sorry about that. That set that back screen, the person that's covering the screener isn't helping her player.
No, she's hugging.
Right.
And there's a turnover.
And because they clear out the weak side,
yep.
You get that.
Looks like a corner 3. Instead, you get the back screen. Kelly, jump stop, nothing there. McGath, she walked. 6:48 left, first half.
KK's back, Coach.
And pretty much every dead ball, we got subs coming in and going. Back tip. KK comes away with it, 6:45 and counting. 18-13, so they've slowed the offense down for now. KK takes the contact and finishes. Brook East defense has been there, but they've allowed 3 real easy layups to KK. And that's right now the difference in the game.
Well, they're running the swing, Brook East is.
Good ball movement. Got to clear out, go the other way. Kelly, left hand, good. Just great ball movement. They got. So it looks like it might just be here on my end. So it's something in the air tonight at Germantown. It's buffering. So not going to be able to see your comments, folks. I went to the legend. Page, step back 3, nothing there.
Page was disappointed with the shot. Or the results.
Plumer, no good. Great box out. Murphy. KK comes away with the rebound, but that was created by Murphy, and they're going to get a carry on KK.
Interesting.
So they've let them play, but then they've had a lot of the travel right in front of us that I didn't think it was a travel. Looked like a nice defensive play. Now this carry.
Last minute or so.
That's all right. It's basketball.
Exactly.
Again, as we talked about, this Brookie's team's a relatively young team. Ellie Pink, a senior, Leah Bailey, Rachel Platts, Ella Grinchus, Emma Bailey. Those are your seniors. So this is a team that the GMC has to be worried about over the next couple seasons.
Agreed.
Did not say correct because
I
the
did not.
over-under meter. What did you go with? What was the over-under?
I went over.
It was at 9.5.
I think so.
3
I
no
don't
good.
remember
Kelly
what it was.
rebound. Near turnover as Wisner deflects it. Back inside McGath. Kick out Kelly. Nothing there. Kelly wants to let it fly and decides against it. Off the glass, no good. Acker. Germantown pitch it ahead. Paul's kill. It's going to stay here. So Paul's kill lost it. And as Rachel Platts went to grab it, it rolled off her hands and out of bounds. 30-second timeout, Germantown. We're going to take it with them. You're watching GTV. Back live on GTV. Brookfield East has given Germantown a good fight, good old-fashioned GMC fight.
Way to come to the ball, Em.
If she didn't come to the ball, it was a turnover, but KK posting up and finishing. And that could be a weapon that Germantown uses going forward, not only tonight, but in the future.
Ooh, offensive foul.
They're going to get Rachel Platts hooking. Kind of an elbow push, hook, shove. Wow. That was right in front of the referee, so hard to argue that one.
Right, it was an interesting call. Well, I'm wondering if KK's posting up because
It's a freshman.
it's a freshman, and they both, if I'm not mistaken, I think they both play for Impact.
I don't think that matters.
No,
Unless they're
'cause
doing a commercial.
No, they practice together.
I gotcha. I
So-
thought maybe they're doing a commercial.
No.
Inside to Acker, shoots a fadeaway, nothing there.
Acker was looking for a foul. That's what I meant.
Not going away
Coach.
from the hoop, Jay. You got to be going to the hoop. I gotcha.
Yeah,
To the hoop, Plumer following good.
that's KK's third, if it's on KK.
Count the basket, and the foul's on number 1.
Or third.
So she'll sit the rest of the 4-11.
This girl has 10 points already.
Annika, yeah, no surprise there.
11 now.
And KK's still out there with 3.
Well, as Coach Stuvie has told us, it's a feel for him. Ooh,
Now he'll get her out. You can promise you.
He doesn't have anybody coming to the bench.
Oh, he's looking around. I promise you. She's going to go shoot these free throws, and he's going to have somebody at the table.
Oh, here she comes. McNeil.
I mean, she was able to sidestep there, but, boy, she was a really lousy call, which didn't happen. Not saying it would, but a lousy call away from that being her fourth. And unless you're 1983 Phi Slamma Jamma, Clyde Drexler picking up his fourth in the first half, I would say that's a first for us. Second one off the mark, batted around and off. Now, I wonder if they're going to pull her back. Nope.
Nope.
So the rebound was batted around and off Maddie McGath, out of bounds. So Germantown retaining possession. 3:59 remaining first half, 23-18.
And KK shooting 66% from the line now.
And the way she's been shooting it lately, that seems like it's going to get to that 70 and above. Wisner cut off. Nice job by McGath. Three on the way. McNeil, no good. Annika Plumer with the rebound. Plumer over the timeline with Acker on her. Tied up. Turnover. Great double team. Ends up Paul's kill. Jump stop. Foul and good. I'm not gonna, you know what? That was just a great individual effort by Paul's kill. Recognizing she didn't have a good angle. Comes to that jump stop. Kind of the half hook. And she gets it to fall.
She wasn't denied.
Oh, but the free throw's no good. Oh, well, we move on. Three on the way, no good. Offensive rebound, put back. I'll tell you what, this team and their left-hand layups, I mean, they all look like they shoot lefty. And they don't, but they all make it look real easy. They're doing a great job finishing on that weak side. To the hoop, Wisner, bank, no good. McGath rebound.
She's only a sophomore, McCaff.
Yep.
I mean, they're youth. I mean, if you look at it, they're going to be.
Pitching ahead, great pass and a foul. No foul called. And they're going to get that one. Wow. That's on me. That's anticipating the call. It's on the far end of us. I should not have done that. 2:56 left first half.
23 with the foul. Plotz.
Timeout, I believe. Brook East. And it's a big one. We'll take it with them. You're watching GTV. I'm with you. Back live on GTV.
Zone. 1-1-3.
The Amoeba?
The Amoeba.
Nope. They were just sprinting to try to get a double team, and it worked.
Well,
Kelly dropped and picked it off easily.
Cincinnati did that also.
Yes, they did. That was back in the day with the Stacey Augman.
Right, and Higgins. What was the coach's
Huggins.
name? Huggins. I mean, they trapped out of that a lot.
Yeah, but they had the athletes. It was primarily UNLV. But you're right. UNLV and Cincinnati were the two schools that used that. And it's not an easy defense to teach because it's unusual to have 1-1 and then 3 back.
Right.
And you really have to be disciplined. But honestly, you're just letting the athletes be athletes.
Exactly.
He wanted to say correct, folks.
And just so the folks out there know, I took the over today.
Yet another turnover. So this game, we talked about it off camera, but it's got no flow.
Right.
It's a sloppy back and forth. Neither team getting any type of rhythm on offense. Defensively, I think, is the reason.
I agree. And Germantown's only averaging 12.3 turnovers a game.
3 on the way. Battles around and down. Plumer with the 3, and they cut it to 2.
She's got 14 this half, Coach.
I would imagine that's going to be a focus at half. Acker. Not
nice.
A little pass to McNeil. Nicely done. That's just good team basketball. Great job by Jay to recognize that. She had a deep 3, pulled it down.
Attacked the gap.
And then made a nice pass to Gretchen, who was able to knock it down. 125 and counting, first half.
They are running the swing.
And looking to run some clock, being patient, and that's what they need to do. This is the truest measure of how you beat Germantown is don't let them have the ball.
Well, right. And you handle their pressure, which they're doing.
Kelly, 8-footer, no good. We'll call it a 10-footer, it's a little further, but batted around, it's going to stay there. McGath back on the floor for Brook East. Going to get Rachel Platts.
I mean, Brook East has it all. They have a guard that can handle pressure. They have a girl with length in number 32. They shoot some threes.
They got a good scorer. I mean, Plumer is a scorer. She's not necessarily a shooter, but a scorer.
Right.
Yes, she's knocked down threes. Turnover. Go the other way with it. Paul's kill. Nice move. Lost it. Lost it going up. Whoa, let the bodies hit the floor. Kicking it weak side, nothing there. 45 seconds and counting. Spin, turnover. Yeah. Just an unfortunate spin and no one home to drop the pass off. Leah was looking for some help and didn't have it.
But Brook East deserves some credit here.
But they fell asleep here and let Acker go to the rack, miss it. McGath bats it out. 30 seconds and counting. Unquestionably, I mean, this has been fantastic. Kelly, spin, finish. It's a 2-point game. They deserve more than credit. This is a team that's really battling.
Correct.
Oh, there it is,
There's
folks.
the first one.
And now a turnover. Kelly just dragging behind, comes away with it.
This could be tied.
East to tie it. Plumer loses it.
Timeout.
They regain possession and a timeout by Coach Saxton. They're going to give it to him. 30-second timeout. Let's put that graphic back up. That's W7 tomorrow night in West Bend, as these same Spartans are going to travel to West Bend. Is it these same Spartans? I think it is. We're going with it. I'm fairly certain.
I think now I have, and unofficially I have Brook East at Franklin tomorrow.
Well,
so it could be
it
could be West Bend or West East Spartans. One of those two could be the Spartans.
Yeah, this is, I don't like not knowing. No, I thought Gary had said Brook East, but we're going to go regardless.
We'll look
on
at
the W7 networks. You're going to get a game from West Bend. Gary will be there. 7.8 left, first half. Didn't let the play develop. Didn't look like early 3. Lets it go. Nothing. And they're going to let it go. That's a half. So a great first half if you're Brook East. Kind of a disjointed. There we go. I'll get it. Disjointed if you're Germantown. So that's a credit to Brook East. Our score at halftime. Germantown 27. Brookfield East 25. You're watching GTV at W.
Here's Emily LaChapelle. She is the player to watch on this team. Baseline drive, kick out. Open look, 3, got it. LaChapelle on the breakaway. (32-32).
Commercial.
We interrupt our commercial that we had going for the Junior Poms.
Here's Emily LaChapelle. She is going to player to watch on this team. Baseline drive, kick out. Open look, three, got it. LaChapelle on the breakaway. 32-32.
50, 50, up, yep, and one.
Got it. And the foul.
The parent-child relationship versus the coach-player relationship. How do you guys balance that? And how do you delineate that? When it's time to be a dad, it's time to be a coach. I mean, sometimes those lines get a little blurry. How does that work for you guys?
Yeah, it definitely gets blurry. I think, I can credit my wife on this one when the kids were young. And, I was probably too much dad, during coaching. And, she was a quick reminder about how to treat a kid when, your own kid when they're playing for you. And ever since that day, I think I've taken a decent perspective on that balance. And I think it works out pretty well. We're not the family that makes the miserable car ride home. The game, between the lines we're battling. We get home, it's mom's time, and we're gonna have dinner, we're gonna talk, and we're gonna be a family. So.
I agree with pretty much what he said. I feel like we have a really good balance of kind of that coach-player relationship, but then at home it's like not any different. And let's say, for example, like there's a rough practice, like we have a really good separation between what happens on the court and what happens in the house. So, and I feel like over the years we've just continually gotten better at that and not let that affect our relationship one way or the other.
What do you take away from this process as as she's a junior now, obviously, when you look back in 10 years, I mean, what comes out of it for you?
That the kids can say, hey, we competed at the highest level, we busted our tails. Coach didn't have to, make us do crazy punishments during practice because we understood that we just owe it to each other to work hard, make each other better. And, those are the lessons, I guess, that I hope we all get out of this in 10 years, I suppose.
I really respect that you recognize the girls have to have fun, that they have to not just play basketball and be focused only on that. I mean, you guys, I've seen you do TikTok videos, I've seen you do things like that, with the kids. Emily, what does that do for you guys, for you and for your teammates? I mean, you're an all-state player, and so some people think, well, she's just focused on playing the game. She doesn't want any of that, any of that nonsense going on. But I would argue, I think you enjoy stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. And just the fact that we can, like he said, compete at the highest level, but also know that, like, it's just a journey that we get to go through together, like battle every day in practice and then go in the games and just like put forth all our effort that we work together to do and just like have fun while doing it. And the way that they incorporate those kind of things into it is just super cool and special.
That junior class I've coached since third grade. The two seniors I've coached, because they're right along with that junior group. And Sammy, who's a sophomore this year, played up with our current juniors. So this group I've been with for a really long time, and we've been through a lot. And when it's all done and said and done, we have all these stories. It's going to be like one of those really cool experiences and unique situations that people have had through basketball. But we've gotten to support and love and cry and hug. And
Emily, I want to shift gears a little bit, talk about the recruiting process, what that's been like for you. I mean, certainly you've got multiple Division I offers across the country. How overwhelming is the process, first of all, and the amount of communication and mail and email and text and all that stuff that you get? I can't even imagine how much stuff you see in a given week.
Yeah, the one thing that I always keep in mind is it's my own process. So you can control what you want to control and just really make it your own. But I have a ton of support at home. Like my parents support me a ton. My older sister and younger brother, they're always right there by me. So they make it pretty easy. If I ever get overwhelmed, they're right there, pull me back in. So it's been really good, enjoyable. We have fun with it. Just the relationships that you're able to build through it is super awesome. Just getting to know different people's stories and all that.
Right.
It's been really good.
And I think
go ahead,
that goes with that. The one thing that goes with that is that the coaches are really respectful of that these are kids and they have other things going on. So they're constantly like, hey, what does your schedule look like? Is it cool if we call?
Nice.
what's the window you want us to call in, and we won't bother you. You know, we want to talk to you. However, we don't want to overwhelm you. So I think, you know, in that regard, like they're pretty good about that, and that's been a really cool part of the process, I guess.
As you kind of go through that process, Emily, I mean, what are the things that you look for? Like, you know, these are like my top 3 things. I want this, and this if I could find it.
Yeah, well, first of all, for me, it's all about relationships, like who I'm most comfortable with, who my parents are most comfortable with too, because like their family kind of becomes our family too. So that's really important to me. And then obviously academics, my parents can back this up too. Education, that's super important. Pretty close to number 1. Those kind of go hand in hand. The ball's going to stop bouncing. You're going to lace your shoes up and put them away for the last time. So that education part is really important. And then just like how you want to compete, like what conference you want to play and all that good stuff. Like that's a huge factor. Just kind of the secondary stuff like style of play, things like that.
Back live on GTV. It's halftime. Well, I don't think we anticipated this. We did expect a good game, a good showing from Brook East, but a 2-point game, Germantown being held to 2 points, I don't think we expected that.
I agree. I got to give credit to Brook East. They're handling Germantown's pressure, which is their bread and butter. They're hitting some shots. They're making some plays. And again, the flow of the game, there's no flow, which I think hurts Germantown.
And this, I don't want to say we saw this, but we saw our most intense first half, or intense half of basketball on Friday night, Thursday after,
right.
When we were in Hortonville, and Germantown came out and they blitzed Hortonville. Hortonville, they still haven't realized what happened to them. All of a sudden, the score went from 4 to 20 in a blink.
Right.
And there's no doubt Germantown's thinking they can do that again. Difference this time being Brook East saw that. They saw that happen, and they are prepared for it. So this will be real fun second half. See what Brook East does.
Correct.
That's 2, folks.
Well, and that is. I mean, right now, BE is somewhat controlling the tempo of the game.
Paige Robinson 3, no good. Wisner, offensive rebound. In the lane, puts it back up and in. Here's the Germantown pressure. KK Arnold back now with 3 fouls. That's a travel. She sure did. That's what Germantown does to you. KK picked up her 3rd with 4:11 left in the first half. So she is out there being face guarded by Shea Kelly, the freshman. KK can separate. First half scorer, Annika Plumer 14, Shea Kelly 7, Leah Bailey 4. That is all for East as Wisner goes through the hoop and finishes. So the Wiz Kid now up to 6 points on the game. Paul's kill with 9, Gretchen McNeil 2, and the other 14 came from KK. Steal, Paul's kill. And here's that blitz. Good pass. Ooh. And a foul. KK with a great pass, Paul's kill to shoot 2.
Well,
go ahead. No,
as I was saying, as we've talked many times at this game, the first 3 or 4 minutes of this half is going to tell you everything.
Paul's kill, rolls around and down.
Is it a close game, or does Germantown do what they do? Meaning, will they their intensity and come up?
Second one good. 8-point lead, just like that. Took less than a minute to jump up 6 extra points, and now 8. To the hoop, Plumer finishing. But they found a seam.
For a sophomore, she's pretty good, Coach.
Plumer, yeah, she's Wisner. McGath rebound. Another sophomore. It's a young Brook East team. Fun to watch, and they are giving Germantown all they can handle on Tuesday night here on GTV. Ball batted around. Kick out. Kelly in the lane. Get it out to Paige Platts.
Ooh. Acker with a foul.
And they're going to get Acker with the push from behind.
Her second. Let's see if they get that back door high screen.
Nope, not even attempting it here. Left side, now top of the key.
Almost the same.
McGath caught it, fired right side, but Paige Robinson was right there. And she was looking at a breakaway, instead deflects it out of bounds. 16:02 left. Here from Germantown. The Spartans giving a fight, and Paulskill gets in, deflects it, tie up. It's gonna stay here. You would think, it's so hard, you can't prepare for that. You think you've got space, and all of a sudden, one of the gnats, as you call them, are there. And there's another one.
Right.
They just are constantly attacking you defensively.
Well, go ahead.
No,
I
you
was just
go.
going to say, to change the sport in the NFL, the quarterbacks, that's what makes great cornerbacks. They close quickly, and that's what Germantown kids do. They close quickly.
Something we haven't really talked about is the scoring for Brook East. Your second leading scorer, Maddie McGath, with 9, averaging 9, and Paige Platts at 8-3. Neither have scored. So it's a different type of tempo, rhythm type game. So see who's able to step up, see if they get to their averages in the second half, because then we've got ourselves a game. McGath, 3, no good. Acker rebounds. Up ahead, Robinson. Hits a cutting Paulskill, turnaround, partially blocked. And McGath comes away with it. You just don't see that burst. You don't see that fire from Germantown right now that we're used to seeing. They're allowing Brook East to dictate some of this tempo.
And I think what Brookfield East running their offense, the swing, I mean, Mike Kelly played at Wisconsin. They ran it. It's a controlled offense.
Makes you work hard. It makes you work hard on defense. Plumer to the hoop, and she gets fouled. Wisner.
Her second.
So Plumer to the line, 76% on the season. Free throw, rolls around and off. They're going to give Plumer a quick break. Ella Grinchus to the table. Plumer's second one is off as well, but offensive rebound. Leah Bailey sneaking around Paulskill. 3 on the way, no good.
How many times?
And now Germantown in the open court. Go ahead.
I was going to say, how many times this year do you think that's happened to Paulskill?
They're going to get KK with the push, and that's her 4th.
Ooh. Ooh.
14:31 remaining. KK picks up her 4th.
14:34 in the game, Coach, when KK picked up her 4th. It could be an upset week this week with Ike beating Beaver Dam and Nina beating
Kimberly. Yeah, we'll see.
Could have been a sign. Could be a sign.
A lot of time left, and things are starting to shake Brook East way. 3 on the way. Got it. Ella Grinchus just into the game, knocking down the 3. Cuts the lead in half. Wisner, shot fake, into the lane. Spin, left hand, no good. Gets her own rebound. Puts it back up, bank it in. Got to see who steps up for Germantown. Someone's going to have to with KK down. That's where you really got to rely on your defense to step up and change the tempo for you. And you have to read, if you're Coach Stuve, how things are going, because if you can keep her down, there's a turnover.
Oh,
Are they getting Wisner? No, I don't think so. Oh my.
Wisner's third. Coach Stuve's not a happy camper right now.
I'm not sure. I think that, I'm going to defend the referee and say I think he blew his whistle and went, uh-oh.
Right, and that happens.
Because that was just a great play by Wisner. She was in front of the ball, so it's hard to call the foul.
Kelly with
Shea Kelly into the lane, and if you saw the defense, they kind of step back. Acker rolls off. She kind of backed away because she didn't want to commit a foul the way they're calling things. And now McGath picks up her third for Brook East. Gretchen McNeil sprinting to the table. Acker to the line. This has been her nemesis all year. First one off.
Montgomery's coming in the game too now.
So go to the senior.
Coach Stuve's looking for.
He's looking energy.
Yep.
Got to believe that's energy, and then Maddie will run the show. Second one good. Trying to free up Acker as well. That's her first point of the night.
Correct. And she's averaging
13. Yeah. 12 and a half to be exact. As we approach the 13-minute mark. Germantown getting all they can handle. Backdoor Kelly. Kick out. Shot fake, no.
Nice
Looking for the back door, yeah. But the whole gym kind of saw that one coming. And now a travel. So a turnover leads to a turnover.
Kelly, as a freshman, has done a nice job considering she's a guard being covered by KK and whatever guards they have.
Whatever length they do have. Yeah.
Right. And she's been.
There's that back door. Kelly, you got to go for the contact. They're going to get Montgomery. That's one thing Shea learned. Go take that contact. Go shoot two.
In her defense, she blew her knee out about a year and a half ago, so that's kind of that could be a mental thing.
12:40 and counting. Platts nearly turning it over at the top. Matt McGath on the cut. Runner good. Her first two of the night. And the lead is 2 for Germantown. Brook East is going nowhere. Montgomery, right side, Paul's kill. Sloppy pass. Germantown's going to have to reset. When in doubt, get it to your senior. Acker. Nothing there. Step through. Foul. Count the basket. How was she able to step through and finish that?
Well, you've talked about stepping through a lot this year, Coach. When you're in a double team, you got to step through it. And she's strong enough to get through it.
And she does. It hits the three-point play. The lead back to 5. Here's the Germantown pressure. Doesn't matter who's on the floor. They're going to keep the pressure. Brook East breaks it to the hoop. Charge. Taking the charge. Your senior, Leah Hess. Whiz kid back on the floor. Pass with a big momentum shifter. 11:49. A lot of time. This is when they added those 4 extra minutes. It seems like the clock never ticks down.
Acker's on the bench.
See what they do offensively. McNeil into the lane. Doesn't get it, but she gets her own rebound. Hess 3, no good. Ball batted out top, sprint to the ball. Montgomery's, there's a tie up, and it's going to stay Germantown ball. Got to love the hustle, both teams.
And the girls getting on the floor.
And both benches up to celebrate that. Coach Saxton getting McGath back on the floor. And KK stepping back in. You got to believe this is going to be an offense-defense type situation. And I would imagine this is going to be a one-possession tops. Trying to get some offense going. KK with 4 fouls. Wisner, no good. Grinch's rebound.
Well, and you've said this year that they have to learn to play with 3 and 4 fouls.
Sure.
You know.
Kelly, right side. Arnold has to play behind and has to let her get it. That's, again, she'll learn. But Kelly Shea trying to get it back.
Hess with the rebound there, and then
Kelly stayed active after that. She's going to learn that she's got a free layup with Arnold on her. Again, all things you learn after your freshman as you play on.
correct, as you get older.
And that experience. McNeil pull up, no good. It's going to be off Hess. Yeah, that's the right call. No, that's the right call. Coach Stuve doesn't like it, but I thought that was the right call. That is the opposite end.
Yeah.
10:33 remaining. Acker in.
Here it is.
KK out. Yep, that
Offensive.
makes perfect sense.
Yep. This game's going to help both teams, I think, down the stretch. Oh, nice take.
To the hoop, no good. Offensive rebound. Rachel Platts. 3, that's off.
Yep.
We had an angle on that one. Acker, rebound. She keeps it, cross the timeline to the hoop. Step through everybody, gets it up and under and in. Jalen Acker.
She stepped up in the last minute or so.
Plumer to the hoop.
Oh,
Look at
nice
McNeil.
McNeil.
With
Block.
the swipe steal and then go the other way with it. Paul's kill. Finishing. That's the Germantown team that teams don't understand what they do. It doesn't look like anything special, but that is back-to-back possessions. Acker went through everybody, and then a great individual play by Gretchen McNeil. Stripping it, going on the floor, grabbing the ball. Now Hess with the deflection. Bank. Nice little runner.
It was.
Ella Grinch is giving a nice little spark. Grinch is the lefty. Acker,
Yes.
3 from Hess, yep. And McNeil, in fighting for position, got pushed by Platts. So that first half, remember when and they said it was an elbow, it wasn't a push. Wow. And now you go KK, offense, defense. So that early proclamation by Coach G that they're letting them play, throw that out the window.
Agreed. I'm going to lose my own bet today, Coach, on
That's
the under
okay.
over.
Yeah, that's okay. Devontae Smith, the Heisman Trophy winner.
Really?
Paige Robinson off the mark. Giving it to a wide receiver. I like that.
I do too.
This is a perfect year for it. Look at Haas. Oh, unable to gather it. This is what they do, folks. And again, you can't practice this. You could throw 7 players on the floor, but then you know you have 7. It's just, you just don't know where they're coming from, and they are coming from all angles. Coach Saxton, I don't know if you can see him on camera. If you get a chance, he's on one or both knees 90% of the game. Cross-court pass, foolish. Can't do that with KK out there. She's got to be careful, but she'll finish. She'll find a way. Just a tough, tough pass there. Too many arms in between the pass and the recipient.
Nice.
Drive, kick, Kelly, nothing there. 8.5 remaining.
I think this is a big possession for
And McNeil with another steal. She just took it right away. Took it right away from him. Acker
Nice
drops
pass.
it off. Arnold, finish, good. You got it back up to 11. Coach Stuve, you're going to want to get KK off the floor. And a full timeout. Brook East, Germantown opened up the lead, 2-11. You're watching. Let me get us back.
Okay.
Back live on GTV with Ed Swab on camera. Ron Gavinsky to my right. I'm Ed Rowie. G.
This is a huge possession.
They took the
for
timeout. They
Brookfield
need it.
East.
They need points. They need
Correct.
they need a positive result. You got to get something, and that right now is a point.
Right.
The lead was down to 2 at half, and now it's back up to 11.
And I don't know if it ever was at 11 in the game. It's always been a close game, but this is what Germantown does. Those Nats go crazy.
And let's give credit to Coach Stuve going to Maddie Montgomery, who really gave a spark. And something to note, KK stayed out there. Uh-oh.
Ball always comes to a shooter, Coach. Well, and Leah Hess has done a really good job here, too. You know,
I just dropped a great pass. Just
awesome.
I
To-
got credit
to
from
Miss
the ref.
Pink.
KK still on the floor. Now she comes away with the steal to the hoop. Layup, good. And this one's slipping away from Brook East. Yeah, credit to Coach Stuve. I don't know if you were able to finish my point as the ball came right to us. Leah Hess, huge spark. Maddie Montgomery came out, gave her minutes. Maddie Montgomery usually only plays when you're up big,
Right.
with an occasional spark. That was the spark she needed. She filled her senior role perfectly. Acker with the foul. Pretty easy call there.
Her third.
She filled that role perfectly and gave Coach Stuve and the staff and the team exactly what they needed. So credit Maddie Montgomery as Jay looks at us in disgust.
And as we've talked about, people don't realize they got 10 kids that play that way all the time.
Plumer misses the free throw. 77% on the season. You have to wonder if working so hard on both ends has kind of worn her down a little bit.
Whiz kids back in the game.
Going to get Acker a quick break. Because this will be a Coach Stuve, when do you want to go back in? And Jay will say, now. At least that's what happened at Arrowhead when she had 4 with a final 8:01. Second free throw good.
Yeah, we'll see her sprinting to the table very soon. You know, McNeil's done a really nice job in this
Gretchen
game.
with, a couple of great defensive plays. You're right.
You know,
So the mob squad, the bench squad, doing a great job tonight. But that's what teams do. That's what teams do. Full, complete teams.
right.
We know about KK. We know about Jalen Acker. We know about the development of Natalie Paulskill. And now Germantown just spreading the floor. Daring Brook East come out and play defense. And all that's going to do is open up more for KK. And she let it slide right through her hands. I think she was looking at the defense. Took her eye off the pass. Kelly cut off.
Well, and that's
Good
kind
ball
of
movement.
that's kind of
Open
what I
three.
mean
Hess rebounds.
about their 10 players on any given day. As we've said, there's many games it's not the same kid.
Nope. McNeil rebound.
Look at
Or
this.
shot off, but Kelly rebounds.
Nice.
She keeps it
crossover.
crossing the timeline. Nothing there. Got to be aware the Nats are coming. She plays hard. She being Shea Kelly. No shock.
She's been the best freshman that I've seen play against these guys this year. I mean, she's handled
Shot
the
on
ball
the
well.
way, no good. Handling the pressure, she's done a great job.
She has, as a freshman. And people don't understand, there's a big difference between the
Pass
freshmen.
3, no good. She rushed that one. That'll come to her in time.
Hess has got it covered. Here comes McNeil.
Good stop, drop, no good. McGath and Hess with another rebound.
Hess and McNeil played well together there.
Foul on the fly. They're going to get on the floor or on the shot. Nonetheless, 5:28 remaining. Acker and Paulskiller at the table in a 12-point lead for Germantown. Plumer wanting the jump ball. Asking for the same thing Jalen Acker asked for.
They're working the refs.
Yeah, they're trying.
This is a veteran crew.
Sorry, folks. Had the scoreboard off. Get it back for you. Hess off. McNeil off. Paulskill and Acker back. KK with her second one coming.
And they've gained more now than they lost.
And there it is. It's 14. Coach Stuve is going to take a full timeout. I'm going to guess right there he's going to reset that defense, keep KK on the floor, and have her last man so she doesn't pick up that fourth. But we'll find out when we come back.
She's a talker. She'll talk your ear off, but she's also one of the nicest kids all summer. Always a kind word for everybody. Doesn't matter if she's playing good or bad. A golfer is supposed to put a marking on their golf ball. A lot of kids will put a dot here, a blue dot here, a red dot there. Eleanor's marking of her golf ball. She draws a smiley face on it.
It's like right there.
Oh, there she is.
I had a chance for a birdie putt on the last par 3 I had. I didn't make it, but I made par, which is cool. So this one, I gotta make birdie.
Back live on GTV.
30 time. Oh, Germantown with a 30-second timeout.
Did they take the first one?
Yeah, they can. You can take 2 in a row. Something's wrong.
You know what? I think they found some blood on KK.
So what I was looking at this, Coach, the 5 that start, 2 of them. I want to make sure I say this.
Sure.
2 of them are sophomores. One's a freshman, one's a junior, and one's a senior. Out of their starting 5.
They being Brook East.
Brook East, correct.
Yeah. Don't know what that, if that was a blood situation, we can tell. It looks like that might have been the case. But that's on the far end of us as they were all scrambling, looking down and through things. That's usually what it is.
Oh, it's somebody else they're talking to.
KK off the floor, so there goes my theory. Yours is right, darn it. We promised a result, and we got it.
Right.
Try to get Plumer off the double screen. Not there. Great job defensively from Germantown as we tick toward the 5-minute mark.
Nice
Tuesday night in
flash.
Germantown. Friday night, we're at Wauwatosa West. Plumer, 3. Got it. Rattled around and down. So again, Friday night at Tosa West. Talk about the freshman, Anna Maria Luna, hitting a game winner, banking it in up in Auburnsdale. Is that what I think it was Auburnsdale?
Yeah, it was Auburnsdale.
And they won the tournament. So it's a team we talked about getting better, and they sure are. And we saw them just before break against DS, where they really gave them, a real strong fight for about 30 minutes, and then those final 6, DS pulled away.
Well, and that says a lot about Tosa West.
Bounce pass, reverse, no
coach.
good.
I'm a firm believer is when you see a team for the second time, have they improved? And obviously, Tosa West has improved.
Acker reading the passing lane. She'll keep it to the hoop, lays it up and in. Yeah, Eric's done a nice job at West, and that's evident every year. They're the best, one of the best, if not the best, boxing out team. They are so good at it. And when you lack size, you have to. McGath, deep three. Boy, that's a nice-looking shot.
And that was deep.
From the 6'1 sophomore. Really like to see that if you're a Brook East fan. Timeout.
Ruby
Took another one. Yeah, Coach Katz at Tosa West, you know, you want to see, you got to see development and change, and we saw that right away in that DS game. Now, will that translate to Friday night against Germantown? I think some of it will. I think we saw that with the pressure DS tried to bring at Tosa West. Tosa West just doesn't have that depth that the other teams do, but they gave them a great fight, and I think we'll see some of that again on Friday night. Now, back to this game, leads down to 10, but you can't trade baskets if you're Brook East as the clock's ticking away, getting closer and closer to that buzzer. But Brook East is showing what they have in this youth, in this team, and they keep coming at you. They're not going away. They keep playing hard. They've made some mistakes. They've turned it over 21 times, but that's what Germantown does to everyone. It's that first team that cuts those turnovers to that 8 to 10 mark. Germantown's going to be in trouble if that happens.
Right, and as we've talked, Germantown's averaging, going into this game, 20 turnovers a game.
Having teams commit.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know.
And if we're watching them here, they have spread the floor. Spreading the floor, this is something that, I'm not going to say it's new, but I think it's definitely something they've worked on a lot more this year because it forces the defense out. And when you have
gaps and
those gaps with those players, I think this is something that you're going to see a lot more of from Germantown. I really like to see this because it's so hard to defend all that space.
Well, correct.
That's 4, folks. They're talking to Acker. This is interesting.
About her mask?
I don't know. She's always playing with it.
Oh.
You know what it is? It's her nose ring.
She's got a nose ring?
Yes, she does.
Oh.
And she forced the team to take a timeout. I'm going to throw all the credit in the world to those referees. That's a technical foul. You know that, and I know that.
Yep.
That's a full timeout. But that is a technical foul, and I think that's what the coaching staff is saying. That's a technical foul. But I think with the mask covering it up.
Hides it.
It hides it. So that is like a covering, whereas if it's earrings, you can Band-Aid it. Just guessing.
No,
I'm going to say that's why. Great job by the referees. They did discuss it. And Jay, she kind of looked sheepishly because she kind of pulled her mask down just a little bit. And she went, yeah.
I can't believe I got caught.
Yeah, I think that's what that was. She's kind of laughing on the floor as I take away our feed. Yeah, that's what you want to do, you dope. Ay.
We're going to get emails now.
That I'm a dope? Yeah, I know.
No. You lost the feed. What's going on?
No. We're good. Want to thank Ed Swab for coming out on Tuesday night. Thank you so much. Cameraman extraordinaire.
Statistic man, too.
Yeah, we're going to have a day, one of these days, we're going to have double table. We'll have Gary producing, Ed on stats. You and I get to sit back and announce. But then I'll feel like we don't have anything to do other than just talk.
I'm good at that.
Acker free throw rolls around and drops. Well, in Hortonville, Gary produced it for us, so and I was told he had camera angles everywhere. He was bouncing around what he's so good at. And I'm not going to say every basket, but darn near, as Acker hits them both, and that's a sight for sore eyes, and those sore eyes being Jay's. Maybe getting rid of the ring, the nose piercing. Just saying, I don't know. Giving you some grief, Jay. There would be baskets, and I turned to hit the scoreboard. And I had no scoreboard there. I turned so many times. Oh, Plumer, the sea parted, and she finished. And another timeout. 30-second timeout.
Matt's at half court talking to his players.
Well, you have to there because that was too easy. Everybody ran away from the ball.
And Germantown's really good on their weak side help for the majority of the time. But there was no weak side help there.
It's that time of the night. 8:20.
Brook East is going to be dangerous this second round of GMC. They're going to knock somebody off, Coach.
Germantown inbound. They're going to face this pressure, see how they handle it. It's not.
Ooh.
Acker's looking for the contact. Instead, Kelly, pull up, rattles around. KK comes flying in for that rebound. She said, I'll take that. Thank you, please. And now Germantown spreading the floor, but I was going to say KK was face guarded by Kelly, but she went to double team. Well, that just leaves KK open. And now you're going to get a foul off the ball, but KK is going to shoot the bonus. Well, Brook East, this is the end of the first round, so this is the end of the halfway mark technically. We usually look around the New Year's as the halfway mark, so this is the second half of the season, but no, after this game, everyone will play everybody in the conference of the GMC as the ball is free throw is missed, but Natalie Paulskill rebound. Get it out, they do. So from here,
Natalie shooting.
You are right. Brook East will travel to Franklin tomorrow night. And then Friday night, they'll be back home against Hale. And then another game next Monday. So they got 4 games between Tuesday and Monday. Don't see that too often.
No.
First free throw up and down. And then next, well, that's because they don't have a Tuesday game next week where they go to Grafton. And then back home to play Wauwatosa West. So kind of an up and down. You got a lot of non-conference, and then it's a sprint to the finish. And they'll finish up the season right
at Brook East.
At Brook East, sorry. Yeah, it was too many things in this. Paulskill, great reading of the lanes.
She had a layup and pulled it out.
And then gets it into Acker, who overlays. Now Paulskill's going, darn it, I could have done that. Kelly, open court to the hoop. Overlays. Wisner with the rebound.
I'll tell you, I'm glad that Coach Stuvey has decided to pull the ball out a little to give more gaps. Because she could have got her 5th.
Yeah, she's got to realize it wasn't intentional, but it did come up. So back, completing my point, this Brook East team, we get to see them again back at Brook East on Tuesday, February 2nd. That does not conclude their schedule, as they will finish out the season against crosstown rival Brook Central on that Friday. So Tuesday, February 2nd is when we get them again. KK knocks down the first one. And as we talked about a little bit, Friday night, we in GTV will be back live from Tosa West. Arnold hits them both. She's creeping toward that 70% mark. So important to make your free throws, kids. KK's starting to hit them.
7 and 9 in this game.
Plumer steps through and finish. And another timeout. You can't take them with them, so you might as well take them. Cuts the lead to 12. We're going to take it with them. Full timeout. You're
Double play! Great play at short by Julia Moker. Nice turn at second. Hit to short. Moker again on the play. Through to first in time. Julia Moker. And that retires the side. Holy cow. From her knees to first.
Oh, man. Back live on GTV. I got to hit the mute button. We made so many great points. You wouldn't believe what we were talking about. No, we just, oh, boy. Anyway.
Well,
Paul's kill misses the free throw. She's 4 for 6 now in the night. We were talking so eloquently. They've got to continue to make free throws. Now she's 4 for 7. They've got to get, we've seen KK, she's getting to that point where she's crossing the 70% mark. Acker's hit a few tonight. Those three need to make their free throws because the games are going to be closer and closer and closer, and you got to make them down the stretch.
And offensively, those are their 3 stars.
3 is good. Leads 9. Another timeout.
23 hit that, Coach.
That 23 is Paige Platts, 5'10 junior. 30-second timeout, Brook East. We've had more timeouts than points scored, I think, in the last 4 minutes.
Could be true. I'm pleasantly happy with this game.
Yes, other than the flow, because there wasn't.
Right.
But really give credit, all the credit in the world to Brook East. They made Germantown work for everything. Germantown, no surprise. I mean, both teams off since last Thursday, but you know how it is. You come off the holidays. You come out sluggish. That's what we talked about in that first half is Hortonville, and then all of a sudden the light switch went on, and Germantown lit it up.
Whatever Coach Stuvey's halftime speech was, he needs to bottle that. So
I think it was go make shots, and they did. Sending Acker back to the line. Wholesale changes for
Offense,
Brook East.
defense.
Offense, defense with the foul count getting higher and higher.
A lot of coaches don't do that, Coach, and I think it's a great asset to a team.
I was annoying with it.
So I was too.
Probably could have stopped at annoying, but first free throw good.
Acker's 5 for 6 from the line right now.
Huge boost. Love to see it.
Agreed.
Second one good.
Nice job.
As we tick toward the finish. Brook East, no more timeouts, so it's going to take the miracle now. Plumer to the hoop, and they're going to get a foul. And oh, save the camera, Acker. Whew, good hustle, Jay. Acker commits the foul, saves our camera. Hey, you got to help next time. That ball is getting close to this camera. We want you diving to save the camera. First free throw, good.
She's very impressive.
KK's family members sitting to our left. Yeah, agreed. She's really, I mean, her game, we saw her last year in the playoffs, and this, again, it was a 30-point game, but it was not an obvious 30-point game. And something Gary and I talked about that night was we were nervous about Germantown and the way they looked, and it was, again, a 30-point game, and we were nervous about that because Germantown, they were up 15 for most of the game and 10, and then all of a sudden it became 30. They just wore Brook East down. But we were nervous. That made us nervous, and then, of course, you get the West Bend game where Germantown's up 16 in the second half or whatever it was, 14, and ended up losing. And, you know, you can go down that road all you want. I know Coach Stuvey doesn't want to talk about that one. I know that because that was a watershed moment, I think, for the Germantown program. It's unfortunate they had to have it. Now, you go back a couple years ago, Bayport was the better team. There's no denying that. That team was so dominating. They walked to that gold ball and won by double digits easy in that championship game because they were such a good team.
And they were a good team last year until their best player blew her knee out.
Right. And so, you know, playing that game was just wasn't pretty for anybody. But especially Germantown, they had the lead, and I think the referees swallowed the whistles looking for a close game, and they allowed West Bend East to come back into that game. And I think the players that are still here learned a lot from that. Those three seniors, or those seniors that left, you know, they're mad. You know, they want that game back.
Oh, yeah.
But this group here learned a lot from it, and I think Coach Stuvey did too. Plumer to the lane and finishing. Great job. And I think we saw that in we saw it in that Pewaukee game where both coaches were making these changes back and forth and making decisions, and we saw it tonight.
Plumer has 27 points, Coach, for a sophomore.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
she's proven she's pretty doggone good.
Yeah. I mean, she keeps on playing and getting better. Holy cow.
I can tell you right now what Paulskill's doing on her free throws.
What's she doing,
She's
Coach?
pushing to her left. That one didn't have a chance. She's pushing it to the left. Much better that time.
She
And it
made
drops.
She made her first 4, missed 3 in a row.
She was
and
pushing,
then,
and they were all, and I think they were all misses left side. 3 Plumer, no good. Paulskill rebound, no fouls. The coaches are yelling. This one's over. And our final tonight from Germantown. Germantown 63, the Spartans of Brookfield East 53. For Ed Swab, Ron Gavinsky, I'm Ed Rowie. So the Coach Saxton lined up to shake hands. He forgot you don't do that anymore. You've been watching GTV. Get us, come catch us live Friday night from Wauwatosa West, where Coach G and I will be back there as the Trojans will host your Warhawks, who have moved to 14-0. You've been watching GTV. Have a great